welcome to Coffee Time with Andy. I hope you are all doing well. So this is day 2 of our devotional series as we explore the events after the resurrection. So we're going to be looking at a piece of the story here found in the Gospel of John that happened pretty much like hours after the resurrection, maybe even minutes after the resurrection here. And the part of the story that we're looking at is a little piece where there's a conversation with Mary Magdalene. And so this happens right after Peter and John go to the tomb, discover that it is empty, and they believe they have this inspiration of faith. But Mary hangs out after that event, and in the story she is sitting there and she is distraught. She's crying. She is extremely upset. She is just so confused about what is going on and what has happened. And in this moment here, she peers into the tomb again and she sees two figures there, and they end up being angels, and they have a little bit of a dialogue. And in that dialogue, she ends up turning around and starts to leave, and then she sees someone else. But she starts to have a conversation with that person. She thinks he's a gardener. And then in this moment of that conversation, Jesus calls out and says, "Mary." And in that moment of saying her name, she recognizes that this is Jesus, and she gets super excited. And then Jesus says these words here, which I want to focus in here for today. And so this is what Jesus says. This is found in John 20, verses 17 through 18. It says this: "Don't cling to me," Jesus said, "for I haven't yet ascended to the Father. But go find my brothers and tell them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." Mary Magdalene found the disciples and told them, "I have seen the Lord." Then she gave them his message. And so what I find amazing in this statement here, as he's having this conversation with Mary, is the statement of, "I am going to my Father, who is your Father, and to my God, which is your God." And that's an essential statement for the day. Is that the God that we serve, when we say yes to following Jesus, is that our status changes before him. That our status turns into that we are his children, and that he is our Father. And that's an amazing thing that was echoed actually from the very beginning here in John's gospel, as he says that in John 1:12. And he says this, he says, "But to all who believed him and accept him, he gave the right to become children of God." I think that's just comforting in the fact that that's how God sees us before him. That when we say yes to following him, we are his children. And that means that is always going to be our status. So whether you're having a fantastic day today, or your day is full of just mess ups and failures and you feel like a failure, well, you know what never changes in the middle of that? Whether you are rocking it or you are just failing today, you are still a child of God. That doesn't change whether you're doing amazing or you're not doing amazing. God still sees you as a child of God, and that means in the middle of the successes and the failures, he is still right there in the middle of that. And that love that he has for you because you are his child does not change, whether you're awesome or you're just not rocking it today. And so I hope that brings you a little bit of hope and a little bit of peace during this day, that you are his child and you are loved, that you are precious, that you are made in his image, and he's got your back, that he will never leave you, never forsake you, and he's always on your side. All right, that is day 2 of our devotional series here. I will see you back here tomorrow. All right, see you then.